So now day 4 of the Tacoma rebuild journey. I finally got the engine now on an engine stand, and since the last video I haven't really done a lot to it. All I really did was just take off the clutch with the flywheel off, and to do that it was fairly simple. Just the clutch had 6 bolts and then the flywheel had 10 bolts holding it in. But now we're gonna see if we can get started and take everything off of it that we don't need. Probably start off with taking the rope that I tied onto it, and we're gonna go from there. Do not remove. That's how they left this poor engine. We're gonna see if we can finally drain the oil from it, so we don't have to worry about oil falling off when we take out the oil pan. But let's see how hard it is to take all this silicone off. So let's start off now by taking off the AC compressor, which has 4 12mm bolts. It should be pretty simple, and afterwards we're gonna see if we can take off the bracket. So now, after removing the AC compressor, we're gonna see if we can take off this bracket. This bracket just has 4 14mm bolts, one here, one here, here, and one here. So let's start it on removing this. And we just grab it out. Probably need both hands for this too. Let's remove these motor mounts. They're just 4 bolts. They're 14mm. Or let's do it on both sides. Here they both are. We always got to remember that the smaller one goes on the side of the engine that's the passenger side, and the larger one that has these 2 bolts on the side that were holding the power steering line, that one goes on the other side, which was the driver's side. Alright, let's get started on this part of the engine. We could start disconnecting this lower radiator hose. It's another thing down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one down. Put everything back. And set it over here for now. So we're gonna start taking these bolts out for the fan clutch, and for this I just got a 12mm and began loosening this and tightening the belt, because I guess the belt was too loose that every time I tried taking it off, it would just turn the water pump. So I tightened it a little bit, just enough to not overdo it on the belt. But now we have enough to just use the wrench and loosen these. They're 12mm. Let's loosen this for now so it can go back in. Let's try to loosen this. It's a 14mm. There's a nut came off. goes. Take off the belt. Now you can just try to remove this bolt. There we go. We can take this bolt off. There we go. I'll leave this right here. I'll put this back here. And get started with the bracket. The 12mm. And those are 14. Not the breaker bar, you could see. There we go. It's one. It's another one. Take this off. Just comes right out. Save this as well. Just like that. I could take this 14mm out. Another one down. I could take this for the heater line. There's a 14mm right there. I'll need to do it with the ratchet. Take this off. There we go. Cut this off. You could put these screws back on here. These were 12s, this was a 14, and this was a 12 holding it. Let's take this off. I don't know what this is called, but it holds a temperature sensor that I accidentally broke when taking off the engine. So I'll just put these screws back on here. They're 12mm and there's 3 of them. So this can all come out with the intake manifold, and if we need to take it apart, we can. Just be careful with the gasket. So let's get started on getting close to taking the manifold out. We're gonna remove this fuel line that goes towards the bottom, because in there's a bolt for the manifold, but the line is in the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. So it's a 17mm. Let's go ahead and remove it. Just always remember these have washers, so you gotta be careful not to drop them. So we'll just put it back on and just put this here for now. We'll probably have to cover this, maybe put tape on it or something. And we'll probably take off the other one in here, so we don't have to worry about that. And same thing, to be careful with the washer, because or else you gotta replace it. Got it, pull it down. This is the fuel line. So we're gonna take this off and put it back where the filter goes. And now we could set this aside. And I think we should be able to remove them now. Let's see how this goes. Here's one. There's another one up here. This is a nut. And then there's one at the very bottom up there. Come over here now. Try to get that nut right there. It's probably in the way. Probably gonna have to move it right now. Set it aside for now. There we go, it's removed. I could put this back on. We don't have to tighten it because we might have to take it off later on. We put the manifold back on. Here's the bolt, or the nut I mean. Got both nuts in one. We could loosen this up as well. So now that we got loosened it up, we have to make sure everything is disconnected, so we can start disconnecting this hose. Let's go. There we go. Remove that. We gotta remove this one up here. That's another one. Remove this one up here. That's another one down. Remove this one on this sensor. And I believe that's all of them. There is no more hoses connected. Let's take this one off right now. Set it over here. Remove this bolt right here. This is the last one. There's 5 in total. And just carefully, in case we miss something. And everything is off. So we could set it over here carefully. You could just put the bolts back where they go, just so we don't forget for now. Now we can take this filter off. And then there's another one below it. We could leave it here for now, let it drain. Put these nuts back on for now. We could remove this. There we go. And these are T's We're gonna have to see right now what T it is. It's a T30. Just wiggle it out. This is the crankshaft position sensor, I believe. So we're gonna have to save this. We could probably clean it up with gasoline or brake clean. So let's settle that for there right now. Put these on for now. So let's try taking off the temp switch. They're just 3 12mm bolts. I'll put these back for now. Let's try taking off the sensor. Just put the bolt back. Set that aside. Take off the fuel rail. Just wiggle them out so you can take all of them off. Probably has gasoline in it still. So you can just set it aside here for now. Try taking this off, this sensor. There we go. Yeah, this is a knock sensor, but yeah, don't really know the size. I just use an open wrench, but we'll place this over here for now. Now we can get started with taking this other one. I'm pretty sure this is the oil pressure sensor. Same size as the other one. The knock sensor. Yeah, pretty sure that's the oil pressure sensor. So we can set this aside for now too. Okay, so it was a nut and 2 bolts, a long one and a short one. You can obviously tell where they go, and I think you should just wiggle it out now. So there's that. This probably has oil in it right now, so we can put it here and let it drain. And for now we can just put this on here like so. There are 2 12mm bolts. We should just be able to wiggle it out and so. And just remove these. And just take them off. We're gonna be doing the timing on this when we rebuild it, so later on we can put the distributor back on and put it on top dead center, so the distributor can go back to being on time. just a tool. You can put this back on like this for now. And just wiggle it around and it should come off like so. You set this aside. They're just, most of them are 10mm bolts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 10mm bolts. There we go. Just the 8mm bolts and these two 12mm bolts. They're the same size, so you don't have to worry about mixing up these either. Let's take the 4 little bolts on the harmonic balancer. I already took off one of them, but they're 4. And now we can just take this one off. Set that aside for now. Put these inside of it and let's see what size this is. Okay, let's see if my little impact can remove it. Let's try to take off the bolts for the pan. They all look like 12mm. So let's get started. Let's try to do this slowly so the whole pan doesn't fall off all at once, because it still has oil and I don't want it to fall everywhere. So I'm gonna get something small to pry it. There we go. Let's go around to the other side. There we go. It's loose all around. Looking at it, it really needed an oil change. It's all chunky, but it doesn't look like there's metal inside of it. We'll take a look deeper inside. When we start tearing it more apart, we'll get a pulley extractor. There we go. It's out now. Set that aside. It just goes like that. Leave it over here for now.